So, the James Harden trade went down a couple of days ago, and this video is mostly going to be explaining what my thoughts about the James Harden trade. If you missed the live stream I did, like, yesterday or 2 days ago from the time you're seeing this video, I explained my thoughts there, so we'll be on the lookout if there's another live stream soon. Every 2 weeks I do a live stream, which you don't want to miss, where we just talk about the NBA. But today, we're going to be looking at this James Harden trade and why it means that Kyrie Irving is gone, and why I think that this James Harden trade means that they want no business with this Kyrie Irving nonsense, and they're fine with just KD and Harden. I think that's gonna be a better team, KD, Harden, and the players they get from the Kyrie Irving trade, than the nonsense Kyrie brings Harden and KD. Now, first, looking at the trade, the Rockets received Oladipo, Exum, Rodions Caruth, 3 Nets first, 1 Bucks first, and 4 Nets pick swaps. The Nets received James Harden, the Pacers received Caris LeVert and a second, and the Cavs received Allen and Prince. Now, I personally think that the Rockets, they get a B+. I personally would have rather have Simmons and Maxey slash Thybulle and 2 firsts than this package, because you don't know what these firsts are going to become. And these Nets, this Nets team, assuming they re-sign Harden and KD, they might look pretty good. But I still give them a B+, because yes, it is a pretty good deal, because 2027, you never know what's going to happen. But there's trading James Harden, MVP candidate. Now, for the Nets, I actually give it an A-, and that is only if they trade Kyrie Irving. Now, the game against the Nets versus the Magic just happened, and they looked awesome. I know James Harden almost had a quadruple double with 9 turnovers, but they looked good. He fit well with KD. Role players like Joe Harris were looking really good from just the feeds that Harden gives. Then, for the Pacers, I give it a solid A. You replaced LeVert with... you had Oladipo, an expiring deal for LeVert, a really good young player. Now, he had a little mass in a kidney, and that's really good that they discovered it before his whole life was in danger. And I think this is a really good turn for Oladipo might leave in free agency for nothing. And then for the Cavs, I gotta give them an A+. I'm pretty sure everyone would do it. It's basically Dante Exum and a Bucks first for Jared Allen and Taurean Prince. Like, that's amazing value, and I think that's really good for the Cavs. Now, sure, they have a lot of centers, but this is amazing. Now, talking about why I think Kyrie Irving should be gone from the Nets. Now, this is all in my opinion. Remember that, all in my opinion, and I don't think Kyrie fits with Harden and KD. Just like, looking at, okay, KD is going to be the Robin. KD's gonna be the Batman. Harden's gonna be the Robin, and Kyrie wants to be the Robin, but I guess he's the Alfred now, and that's not what Kyrie is. He's not a third option. He's the top 2 options, and I think they have to get rid of that toxic environment. Now, some people love Kyrie, but he just doesn't fit in the team. Now, Kyrie has, of course, missed 4 games, or maybe 5 from the Magic, for personal reasons, and this is unacceptable. He's healthy, and he just isn't playing. Kyrie on the court is nasty, no question. No one can deny his talent, being probably the best ball handler of all time. However, he is very controversial off the court, saying like the earth is flat, many spiritual things on social media, burning sage, and just saying really bad stuff, or really controversial stuff in general. Kyrie's value is at an all-time low, and with the possibility of Kyrie not playing and is injury prone, his value is down. He's a bad locker room presence, but makes a good team to a contender with his insane, just on the court talent. And then, just what the Nets need in general, they need defense, big man depth, and just depth in general. With Spencer, Caris, and Allen, along with Prince, out and Harden in, their perimeter and interior defense significantly drops. And it wasn't good even before this Harden trade, and Harden is not going to prove it at all. Now, it's going to be really interesting just how the Stars do. KD is basically the best defender on the team. He's a really underrated defender, but he just came off an Achilles tear. And that definitely makes his athleticism a lot worse. Now, of course, he's been looking really good, but he might not be willing to put the effort. However, with his less offensive role, he might be willing to, so that's always a plus. And it's just going to be really interesting. Hopefully Harden is a good post defender, but he's just not going to provide much effort. Kyrie doesn't lock in every night and gets trouble going around screens. Now, just everyone else, like Spencer, he had a tall frame and was a pretty good perimeter defender. Caris put effort, which you always need as a defender, and Jarrett Allen was that young rim protector that just held down the paint that they really needed. Along with, yes, Taurean Prince was doing really bad, but he's still a vet who can defend, and it's just going to be really interesting. Now, they used to have an amazing two-man big man with Jarrett Allen and DJ as the big man, but having to rely on DeAndre Jordan now, that's not good. Outside of the big three, there's people like Joe Harris, DJ, Shamet, Bruce Brown, TLC, Jeff Green. Just some good shooting. I might be forgetting some people, but they just don't have the defense. They're gonna easily score, but basketball is a two-way game. So I personally think that Harden and KD will work. I think they're gonna have good chemistry from their Thunder days, and they're just gonna work out. But that leaves Kyrie as the odd man out. KD, like I said, is the first option. And Kyrie or Harden won't be a third option, no doubt. And then, like, if in the last shot of a game, who's taking it? Is it Kyrie, who hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history? KD, the best player? Or Harden, who's one of the best scorers of all time? It's going to be really interesting. And I personally think that they should ship out Kyrie and his drama and get value from him. Now, the question is, who wants Kyrie? And we'll start with the Orlando Magic. Maybe a deal centered around Kyrie Irving for Aaron Gordon, Al-Farouq Aminu, and Cole Anthony, who provides defense and youth, all of them. Aminu is a good 3-and-D defender who should be back in the playoffs due to injury. Anthony is the young piece and has promise as a scorer. And then Gordon is a pretty good defender and can also space the floor while being very versatile, while not being too ball dominant, something that should be needed with a team with KD and Harden now. And I think this is a pretty good deal. The Magic get the big name in Kyrie, who can definitely push them to instead of being the 8th seed, maybe like the 4th seed. And with Fultz out, they might want that. Now, it's going to be interesting if Kyrie wants to play in Orlando, but I don't know about that. I don't know Kyrie personally. Now, the next team we're going to be looking at is the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I'm not exactly sure about this one, but the Sixers get Kyrie Irving and Landry Shamet for Ben Simmons. Simmons can be the third option, playmaking, finishing, while also providing all-NBA first-team defense. Now, he can't play with DJ, you might say. Well, why don't you just start Simmons at the 5? He can't play the 5, no doubt, with his elite defense. And because he can't shoot, he won't be pressured as the center of the team. And it's just going to be really interesting. I think Simmons can be a third option, no doubt. Yes, he's going to need the ball in his hand, but I still think that with his playmaking, Harden can play off ball a little bit, or he definitely has to prove that. KD, when he played with, like, Golden State, he can play off ball just a bit, but Simmons is going to have to change his game, but I really like him as a third option. Now, the final team is the Utah Jazz, and this is a win-now move for them, where they trade Kyrie Irving for Bojan Bogdanovic, Joe Ingles, a first-round pick, and Royce O'Neal. Kyrie and Mitchell would be insane, and you would, of course, rather be in contending than being a first-round second exit. Now, you can't include Mike Conley here, but I think that because he's a decent defender, but I don't think they need his play style too much, while also making a lot of money. I'm sure they would rather take someone like Joe Ingles, who can play make and could really help. And I think this is a pretty good deal. Royce O'Neal is a bright spot defensively, and it's just a really interesting trade that I don't know where it would go down, but just very interesting. Now, comment your thoughts, how you feel about these trades. And now, these are our course ideas. Like I said, what are your thoughts on the trade? But I personally think, because Kyrie doesn't fit in a third option, Kyrie Irving and his drama should be shipped out. So yeah, that's gonna be a video. This is all my opinion. All my opinion. This is just what I think. Now, make sure to like the video for more NBA, or if you like the videos, and just comment down below your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe. We just recently hit 500 subscribers, and just look at this quality content. I mean, I think I deserve more. You might disagree, but I'm just trying to give the best quality to you. And you think that you want to just help me out a lot, then hit the subscribe button while also hitting the bell so you never miss an upload. Now, hope you have a good rest of the day. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.